Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the John Went Walking channel. This is part 3 of my video series this morning. I'm out in the Richloam, Florida area, hiking back towards the old general store and the fire tower. I've just been out here enjoying the morning. I wanted to show you a couple of this section through here and how beautiful it really is. You can see through here the trail is narrowing with the spring. We're in the middle of February, but there's a lot of growth out here, and I have a feeling I'll be back in the summertime, and I have a feeling it'll probably even be a little bit tighter than it is right now, but it's okay. It's very passable. It's very well marked. You would have an almost impossible time getting lost out here, that's for sure. So I just have really enjoyed my morning walk. You know, I was up to the Richloam General Store about a month or so ago, and I did a video, and there was a gentleman playing his instrument on the front porch, and it was a really nice video, and I took you inside the store. I asked permission. But that day that I was up here, I had been hiking further north on the Florida Trail, and I just came back down and shot the video. So today I wanted to actually get up near the store and come out here onto the Florida Trail and show you how it looks out here. And this is part 3, so if you're watching this one, there are 2 before this one to show you my Florida Trail hike today. So and I'm coming right through probably about 2 miles out from the store, somewhere in there, probably mile 366, 367 area. I'll try to get a better number and put it in the title of the video, so you have a better idea of exactly where I'm at. I do have the Far Out app that I use, and I'm able to follow it pretty closely. It doesn't actually overlap with MapQuest, so when I come to the side roads and stuff, I kind of know where I'm at, but not exactly. But I can always go back and forth if I have service, and I've had service out here. I've had service just about everywhere I've been in the state of Florida, in central Florida, on the Florida Trail. But I can go back and forth and show and kind of tell exactly where I am. So we're coming through. You can see there's been a lot of trees down. They're all cleared out, but this is all from Hurricane Milton that came through central Florida back in October of last year. So it's been about 4 months since the hurricane, and Hurricane Milton came ashore down at Siesta Key back there on the Gulf, and then it cut straight across the state. And when it came ashore where it hit as a Category 3 storm. So that's quite a powerful storm to hit the Gulf, and then it just came straight across the state, and you can see like it took out some pretty good sized trees. Now as it came across the state, you got to keep in mind there's really nothing to slow it down out here as it comes across Florida. And when it's big like that, it can maintain its strength most of the way across the state. Over where I live, in the Orlando area, it crossed us. I can't remember if it was a very strong Cat 1 or if it were still a Cat 2. Really, it doesn't matter. You know, once they get that strong, they get over 100 miles an hour, it really doesn't matter. It's going to do some damage wherever it comes across. So we had some damage back where I live, and then I've just seen it all over central Florida, you know, filming these videos. And I'm not actually editing any of these videos. If you're just watching for the first time, I'm walking point to point to show you how it looks out here on the trail. I've got the entire year to film videos on the Florida Trail, and so I want to bring you out here as much as I can and show you what it physically looks like. I love watching YouTube trail videos, and especially that's what kind of got me into this. I've watched the Appalachian Trail videos, YouTube videos, for several years, but then last year I came across a gentleman who was doing the entire Florida Trail and vlogging it, and that's what kind of put this idea in my head, not only to videotape it, but actually to prepare for and take make an attempt at completing a Florida Trail through hike myself. So that's what gave me that's what made me think of it. I had in the past, I had been thinking Appalachian Trail for a long time. I mean, I've had the AT in my head for 35 years, and I always thought in the back of my head that one day I'll get it done, and I still think I will. But my thought right now, the reason I'm spending so much time on the Florida Trail and doing these hikes out here and bringing them to you, is because I've never actually completed a long trail through hike. And I have lots of ultra running experience and overnight experience running in the woods, and I'm not worried about getting lost or anything like that. The main thing is I would just like to have a little bit of success and with the Florida Trail, and that means finishing it before I put the Appalachian Trail plan into place. And I still think it's possible. I think the AT is very, very doable. I'm watching all these, we're in the middle of Feb here of 25, and I'm watching all these people right now that are making videos, preparing for their AT through hikes, and I love watching them. And I think the determining factor is not so much their age or who they are or where they're at, or even their level of fitness to some extent. I mean, I think you got to be fit, but I think even that, you can work with that. You're going to build up. But I think the main thing is you have to decide before you get out there on the trail. You have got to decide, I am going to finish this trail. I'm going to finish it. Unless there's got to be something crazy happens. Like, you're walking through here. I don't like to say it when I'm out walking, but something crazy happens. Like you break something and you just can't go on. I don't know, something gets you out there in the woods, something like that. But otherwise, like if it's within your power at all, you've got to decide that you're not going to quit. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I do have that mentality. I really do. Even you think about something, and I'm not minimizing it, but you think of something like the marathon. If you're a beginning runner and you set your sights on the marathon, that's really a pretty good athletic achievement. And I think it's doable by pretty much probably 90% of the population. If they really set their mind to it, I think they could do it, if they really decided to. Probably all the population, but anyway, I think the trail long hikes are kind of the same way. You can see there's another tree down, but they got it cleared up where we can get through. But I think the long trail is the same way. I think the majority of people could physically go out and do it as long as you start slow, work your way up. You don't have to like hike 20-25 miles a day. You can start out 10, 12, 15 miles a day, work your way slowly, and get through the hike, especially the Florida Trail here, because it's so flat. Like once you get out of the swamp down south, then it's just a matter of attrition. You just got to keep moving. So you've got to have that mindset like you do with the marathon. Or for me, I remember when I decided I was going to try the 100-mile run, and that was after I'd finished a couple of 50s. I think I had done the Laurel Highlands up there in western Pennsylvania. It's 70 mile in Pennsylvania. I'd done that one. And when I was preparing for the 100, and I kept reading fantastic things about the 100, like, it takes you into another mindset, and it's the mother of all walls, and, all kinds of crazy crap. But that runner's right after we've been out there for a while. And anyway, but I never in my mind once thought I'm not going to make it. Even I was up in Vermont, and it didn't matter how bad it got at the 100-mile run. It didn't matter how bad it got. I had decided in my head that I was not going to quit unless I just physically was dead or something. Like otherwise, like I was going to get up and I was going to march. That's what I was going to do. I was going to keep moving forward, one step at a time. There's a 30-hour time limit. There's no way I couldn't finish it. And I was young and fit, you know, back then. And so I went out and I was young and fit and I just kept moving. Now I had a lot of help, you know, my wife was out there. I had some friends out there. I had somebody to help pace me the last 10 miles and kind of chase me in from 90 to 100 when it was really getting kind of brutal for me. But I never once thought, well, I can't say I didn't think of quitting, but I'm not sure I could think of anything. I just had it in my head, like, I'm going to keep moving. Now, it wasn't pretty, you know, I was barely moving. I was slowing, I was like literally like just slugging along, but I had already decided I'm not going to quit. You know, I'm not going to quit unless somebody pulls me off this trail. And I think that's the mindset I need to go into with the Florida Trail. So that's why I'm out here. That's why I'm out here. Now I know even with that mindset, I know physically I've got to be able to go. I can't be perfectly unfit. I've got to be fit. And then not only that, but logistically, there are things that I've got to get done. So anyway, this was video 3. I'm coming up here to a crossroad here. I think this is Goat Road. I'm coming up to the crossroad. So I'm going to cut it here and then restart the film and take you back for at least one more video, one more clip here this morning. Such a beautiful morning out on the Florida Trail, coming up to the Goat Road here. I wish you all the best. I'm very grateful that you're out here with me. You all have a wonderful day, and I'll be back with you again real soon.